and everyone else and protagonists who've been wonderful supporters of ours. So thank you, everybody. And thank you all for coming. So, questions?
We will get to your questions. I'm going to start things off. You've mentioned this 8 years twice, and I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the genesis of this project, and specifically what drew you to this story.
Well, just after I made Omar, Ada gave me the book, The City of Tiny Lights. I'm not very good at reading, so I just like the title. So, that's the truth. And partly because I just had this idea that a sort of city of tiny lights felt like a sort of shot of a city with loads of lights out of focus and loads of sort of lost souls and real lights where all the lights were. And that sort of was why I wanted to make it. Then I read the book. I liked the book. And we sort of took on a journey where Patrick decided to write it himself. And just getting small films off the ground is a long time. And the big thing was we were very true to the book in the early stages and decided that the past in the book, which is very different to in the film, didn't really work. So we kind of jumped it and came up with the story that's in the past now about them, Tommy and Shelley when they were younger. And that seemed to somehow unlock the story. So we're just really slow. It took us 8 years to figure that out.
Wonderful. Okay, are there questions from our audience? I will ask you to put your hand up, speak loudly, and then I will repeat the question to make sure everyone can hear. Yes, and then back on the side.
Can you tell us about the casting?
So the question is, can you tell us about the casting?
Well, there was only ever going to be one person who was going to play Tommy, and that was Riz. When we were, Patrick and Riz were friends in London, and when we had early drafts of the script, we showed it to him, and he was excited about it. And this was before he was ridiculously famous. I mean, it must have been 6 or 7 years ago, and he committed to it then. And all through that process, in terms of the ups and downs of trying to get it made, he stayed loyal with it and stuck with it, even when his star was rising very excitedly in other places. So there was nobody else who was ever going to play Tommy for me, it was always him. And once we got Tommy, it was always going to be Roshan Seth to play his dad. Because the sort of genesis of this film is that, in a way, its lineage goes back to My Beautiful Laundrette, which is a film that Roshan was in, a kind of new wave of British cinema in the 80s.